नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती श्लोके भक्ति भक्ति नष्टकी कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः. Text 1, second chapter, first chapter, second chapter. Vyasa uvacha iti samprasanna samhristo viprana roma harshanai pratipujaya vachastesham pravaktam upchkarme pravaktum upachkarme Vyasa uvacha iti samprasanna sampristo vipranam roma harshanai pratipujya vachastesham pravaktum upachakrame Vyasa uvacha iti samprasana sampristo vipranam roma harshanai pratipujya vachastesham pravaktum upachakrame Vyasa uvacha iti samprasanna sampristo vipranam roma harshanai pratipujya vachastesham pravaktum upachakrame. Okay, decide कीजिए.
Iti samprashna sankasto vipranam roma harshani pujya vachastesham pravaktum upachakrame.
Vyasa uvacha iti samprashna samhrito vipranam roma harshanai pratipujya vachastesham pravaktum upachakrame.
Vyasa uvacha iti samprasana samhrusto vipranam roma harshanihi pratipujya vachastesham pravaktam upachakrame.
Iti samprasana
samhrusto
vipranam rama harshani
pratipujya vachastesham pravaktum upachakrame.
Vyasa uvacha Vyasa side iti thus samprasanna perfect inquiries samvrishta perfectly satisfied viprasanna of the sages there Roma Harshanai the son of Roma Harshan namely Ugrashava Pratipujaya, after thinking them. Vacha, words. Esham, there. Pratum, to reply to them. Upachakrame, attempted. Translation and purport. Uprashrava, Sutta Goswami, the son of Ramharshana, being fully satisfied by the perfect questions of the Brahmanas, thanked them and thus attempted to reply. Purport. The sages of Naimisharanya asked Sutta Goswami 6 questions, so he is answering them one by one. ज्ञानतिवृन्दस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते तप्त काञ्चन गौराङ्गे राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी विश्वानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुश्च कृपा सिन्धुदेव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण कृष्णाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। I welcome all of you for this discussion on Srimad Bhagavatam and the science of Bhakti Yoga. So this is our 3rd day and I really seek your blessings of all of you because we are diving deep in this subject matter which is very divine in its nature. It is very subtle. So as a very conducive environment in the morning time to study Srimad Bhagavatam, which is the in the previous ages used to be the culture of people to come together and study the Shastras and churn the Shastras. It's a discussion. It's a discussion on the Shastras. So Srimad Bhagavatam is compared to Krishna. I will just speak on something on this and then we will go to our topic. So this chapter is very interesting chapter. As I mentioned earlier, this chapter has those verses which Prabhupada quote most of the time in his lectures. There will be in between there will be series of few verses. Shranatan Sota Krishna, Shushosho Sadhanasya. So all these verses are like very Nashtapraya Shubhadrishyam Bhagavad Sevya. Tadarajastama bhava evam prasanna manaso bhagavad bhakti yoga bhagavad tattva jnana mukta sangasya jayate vidyate hridayamante chidyate sarvasansaya shinyanti jasya karmani. So these kind of verses are they are one of the favorite verses of Prabhupada and it has some logical thing which is flowing in all these verses. There is a tasmat again atha pum shiv shrestha varnasham vibhavasya वदन्ति तत्तत्विदस्य पूर्णमनोति परमात्मेति भगवान शब्दते. So this Vasudeva Bhagavati Bhakti Yoga Prajita Janati Ashya Bhagasmaskita Pumsa Vikshasena Tathasya Natpadya Ratim Savayam Pumsa Paro Dharma Yata Bhakti Adokshati Ahitukya Prityata Yadatma Suprasiddhati. So this chapter has a lot of Narayana Namaskritam Naranchayam. So these verses are Prabhupada's one of the favorite verses he used to quote every time. Because these verses talks about again the same topic which we are discussing about the stages of the devotional services. How a jiva will achieve self-realization or will achieve Krishna prema. There are again the milestones are there. So we are not ever now yet entered over there. But before that I want to speak something today on a very important topic. Yesterday with the boys, I was talking about the same thing, but not in detail. But you people are more deeper than them, so I can go some depth here. So, okay, if we can get whiteboard tomorrow, I can show you, represent it here also by writing. But in any case, you just listen carefully. This is very vital. And if you understand this science, how bhakti comes, how one become eligible to practice bhakti. So if you understand this science, then preaching becomes very easy and it becomes very simple for everyone. And it's very good for personal also, one individual, like what made me practice bhakti or why I am in this bhakti yoga. So this has been explained by Prabhupada in his purpose multiple times in his 10th chapter or in Bhagavad Gita in 10th chapter, in Srimad Bhagavatam, this will come in the 2nd chapter also, or explained by Krishna Chakravarti Thakur and Rupa Goswami in multiple places. So I'm just going to simplify what they said so that you can relate to it. So how bhakti comes in one's life, or how one become eligible to practice bhakti. So first we will discuss how one become eligible to practice bhakti, not how bhakti comes even. So first one is qualification for practicing bhakti. What are the qualifications? Like what is the qualification to study in a university or in a school? So you require some qualification to do this. So what is the qualification to do bhakti? So and later on we will discuss how bhakti comes also in the heart of a jiva. So there are 3 types of sukriti. So this word sukriti means credits. Like we have bank account, we have some funds into that. So this is the same thing which happens in jiva's life. Whenever we interact with people or whenever we live in any species, we accumulate credits, sukriti. We accumulate this sukriti in our accounts. So these are 3 types of sukriti. First one is karma unmukhi sukriti, or the credits which are just based on our activities, karma. Second one is Gyan Unmukhi Sukriti. So the credits which are making us inclined towards achieving knowledge. Karma Unmukhi Sukriti means that credits which will align or incline or force us, push us towards doing physical work. Just like those who are industrialists, those who are like big businessmen, they have more Karma Unmukhi Sukriti. In their previous lives or in this life, they have accumulated so much karma unmukhi that in this life they are pushed to do a lot work, physical work. That is karma unmukhi sukriti. But when you go to the Gyan unmukhi sukriti, these are the person who goes into education more, knowledge more, wants to study more. So they have that kind of credits a lot. Then comes third credit, which is known as sukriti of bhakti unmukhi sukriti. So those credits which are coming because of the association with a saintly person in this life or in the past life, or maybe multiple previous lives, which accumulate in our spiritual account. So these are the 3 accounts which are running parallelly, and we are the mixture of all these 3 things. That's how we work outside in the world, and we may desire to get knowledge, or there will be some inclination to do some spiritual activity. So we are not by chance here. We are here just because of some sanskars or some impressions, because of some spiritual credits of previous life or in this life. Because we know that the living entity, yesterday they taught me one word, roha. In Suhali they say roha. Roha? Roho. Okay, roho. Roho is soul. So the Atma, the Roho, so Roho travels in different bodies. And in a different yonis, different bodies, one does some work, one get interaction with people, or one may by chance touch some shastras, may have some prashadam, may see devotees in Rath Yatra, may give some apple, or may be doing Harinam Sankirtan, we may be posting some posters of Jagannath Ji or Bhagavad Gita, we may see it. So this adds up into our spiritual account actually. This is just an example how one gets the spiritual spiritual credits. You may have maybe in India, like it's very common. Like my mother used to tell me, she used to take me to the Bhagavatam Gathas in my childhood, and I used to sit in Bhagavatam Gatha. I remember, and they used to tell the pastime that how Krishna is going to appear, and the Kunds is feeling fearful, or her eighth child of Devaki will kill him, and there was background music and emotions. But still, I remember that okay. Then after that, Krishna was like subduing Kalia, playing with his friends. He has multiple pastimes, and then he came back to Mathura and he delivered Kansa. So these kind of impressions, in India it's very easy. Like it's everywhere like spirituality. Papa used to say, even if you are taking bath in India, you are 50% Krishna conscious. Yeah. So why? Because the land itself is like this. So Jiva must be wandering here and there devotees in different yonis. It's not necessarily not only in India, but even here also. That's the purpose of preaching we people are doing. That's what the purpose of Prabhupada, like he traveled across the globe and spread it Sukriti in masses. So that it's like a time bomb. Today you are spreading, today we did this Rath Yatra in Kisumu or here. So what will happen we may not see the result maybe immediately after 1 month. We may be seeing this result after 1 year or 2 years. So as a preacher, we do the Sukriti distribution actually. So that Sukriti distribution goes on. So up where like it's spreaded all over. So that's how you will see. That's the example I was giving to you yesterday, boys. Like in university, we posted one poster that we are going to have a talk on Bhagavad Gita. So some people will see that poster and will immediately say, yes, I want to go to some spiritual talk. Some person they will see, but they will think, no, I'm not interested. I have to go for some projects. Why? Because the person who said yes, he had Sukriti. He had Bhakti Unmukhi Sukriti. He had some impression from the previous life or in this life, some sanskaras. So his spiritual credits, they were sufficient to say it yes, to purchase. Like when you go to some mall, you have balance, and you can purchase those things, the balance you have. So similarly, when someone says yes to the spiritual thing, it is the spiritual credits which are bringing him to there. So, and similarly, if you see the businessmen or the philosophers of this world, why some people have this inclination to study and doing PhD in just, people are doing PhD in how grass grows. This is their topic. And Papa used to say, you people can do PhD on this, but the cow will come and will eat grass. So it doesn't matter. So it's like, scientists are people like, they absorb themselves day and night. I don't know, you have lived with them or not. And I was with this scientist, they had nothing in this life. They had just day and night, they will wake up in the laboratory and sleep, and they will just spend whole day in research and development. Like that's their life actually. I had one Korean friend when I was in Europe. They are addicted to do work a lot. Like work means, if you see Korean or Japanese people, they work like anything, like hell, like 16 hours, 18 hours, 20 hours also. That's there in blood. Why it's coming? Because, and that's how Jiva will take birth in different continents actually. You are not by chance take birth here or there. It's the arrangement of the material laws that, okay, where to put these jivas who are looking for karma unmukhi sukriti or jnana unmukhi sukriti. So they need to put, but somehow they have spiritual credits also. So if they will be touched by a devotee, somehow the other, if someone will come in contact with them and they will take up the process, they become eligible to take the process. So when we talked about what makes one eligible is this spiritual credits account. This spiritual credits account, when become it's sufficient enough, then it makes us eligible to take association. I repeat it again. When one has enough sukriti, spiritual bhakti unmukhi sukriti, then he become eligible to take association of devotee. So, and from that association of sadhu, again that sadhu will give him shraddha in the bhakti yoga. So that Sukriti is like Komal Sukriti or basic Sukriti. It was not like full-fledged. It was not like, the college boys, they were not looking like, where is Krishna, I'm just missing him, he's crying without Krishna, I want to chant like 100 of rounds. No, only this Sukriti was enough to bring him up to that point, like where he can come and ask question or sit with sadhus. Now this becomes the job of the sadhu or the people to give them Sukriti, to give them Shraddha more strongly now. More strongly. Then his Shraddha, his faith, the Sukriti, his Shraddha will increase a lot when he will understand what is the Siddhanta, what I am supposed to do, who am I, who is Krishna, and how to go there. So that science work like this. Any question till this point? Any clarification? Understood? You understood? So this is like qualification to do bhakti, qualification to come in association of devotees only, not even bhakti actually as of now. So he has come into the sadhu sangha now. So that's why when we studied, the first stage is Shraddha, second stage is sadhu sangha. But in practicality, it happens like this, that Shraddha is very basic Shraddha. So he takes the sadhu sangha, and from the sadhu sangha again comes to the Shraddha. So it just goes back again. From the sadhu, it comes Shraddha. So now this Shraddha, when he develops, when he hears from the sadhu, then his Shraddha becomes very solid. Very solid. Now this Shraddha is known as Shastriya Shraddha. Because sadhu will speak about the who are you, who is Krishna from the Shastras. And he will give him one context, one proof that the sadhu, guru and shastra, they are three in one. Chittete koriya ekya. Guru, sadhu, shastra, chittete koriya ekya. The sadhu. So what does it mean? That the new person will get to see that guru, sadhu, shastra, they are speaking one thing. One thing. And now to access the more spiritual things, his faith will go into the shastras. His faith will go into the sadhu. His faith will go into the guru. But out of three, his faith will be in the shastras now. So that's why reading shastras is the part of Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti. Is the item of Sadhana Bhakti. We don't just study the shastras as a matter of morning ritual. No, it is the door, it is the food for the soul. Okay, so I hope this concept is clear. By having sufficient Bhakti Unmukhi Sukriti, one becomes eligible to come into association of the devotees, and by the association of the devotees, he will get faith in the essence of Shastras, essence of the Vedic literatures or Guru and Vaishnavas, but mainly into the Shastras. So that's the one point. He became qualified now. Now, it opens the chapter again in the nectar devotion. When one has this qualification, so now it comes up three levels of the devotees, three stages of the devotees. So it's not that everyone is on the same stage. Everyone has a different. So we have three stages. So first stage is called neophyte stage or Kanishta Adhikari. Then second stage is intermediate, Madhyam Adhikari, and then comes third stage, Uttam Adhikari, perfection one. So these three stages are categorized now again on the factor of faith. So Kanishta in the beginning stage, and these three devotees are authorized stage. Now he has become qualified. Sometimes we think that, oh, he is Kanishta. No. He is authorized devotee now. He has come into the path of bhakti, or he has taken up the steps, so he is authorized here. So now, again, according to the faith, now these three categories are depending on multiple factors. So I am just taking one factor as of now on faith. So Kanishta has a Komal Shraddha. like this, if someone will come and encounter him and ask, have you seen God? So he will become disturbed and he may think that, oh, I have not seen God. So he may get away from the path of bhakti. But the Madhyama, his faith is like built up somewhere. So if someone will say, have you seen God? He will say, yeah, I have some experience. He has a strong faith now. And Uttama is like this, if this person will come to him, have you seen God? He will even convince him that yes, I have seen and you can also see. So that's like convincing power is there. So these are the three different categories. Another factor to categorize is Kanishta, Madhyama and Uttama is knowledge of the Shastras. So the Kanishta, he don't have much knowledge about the Shastras in the beginning. And he has a weak faith also. But Madhyama, if someone will encounter with arguments, he may not defeat him, but he will still can continue his practice because he has strong faith. But Uttama Adhikari is the person who can not just defeat him in the Shastric discussion, but also convince him also about the Shastras. So these are the three platforms, devotees. Can you relate to it? These are the three things. Now, Srila Prabhupada, amazingly, in Nectar of Instruction, in Bhakti Shastra we studied this book, Nectar of Instruction, he even explains three levels of the Kanishta Adhikari. So which is very relevant for us. So in the Kanishta Adhikari there are first level which is like Prakrit Sahajiya. So it's like in the beginning people come only for like what are the characteristics of the Kanishta Adhikari. The first category of the Kanishta Adhikari, Prakrit Sahajiya, is this, that they may chant occasionally, sometimes, and they may come to temple on festivals. At the same time, they will be attached to other things, may not follow for regulative principles. They may be attached to the wine, woman, intoxication, and all these things. So but they have a faith that Krishna is in the altar. The Lord is in the altar. So this is the first stage of Kanishta Adhikari. Then come Prakrit Bhakta. Now this is like material Bhakta. He will start chanting 16 rounds. He will even start following four regulative principles also. Daily also. And then, but he will have faith in God as a Krishna. At the same time, he will develop some faith in the spiritual master. But still, there is some lacking in him. So this person should be respected with the words by the Madhyama Adhikari. Third category of Kanishta Adhikari is Harinam Bhakta, when one takes initiation. So he took initiation, chant 16 rounds, follow four regulative principles. Now he serves Krishna also, he serves Guru also, but he serves Vaishnavas also. Now this serving the Vaishnava is the key principle actually. Kanishta means he will just serve Krishna. Okay, I know Krishna. He is just running after God. So, but highest quality of the Kanishta is that he will see that the same Govinda who is present there, he is present in the Vaishnavas also. So he will serve the very senior Vaishnavas or elevated Vaishnavas because he knows, my dear devotees, this is the key principle of all our Siddhanta now. By serving the Vaishnavas only you can get Bhakti. So you may become eligible to Bhakti, but you may not get Bhakti. Like it happens now, you became eligible to join university, but you may not get the university. Because in the admission process, you may not even applied or the seats got over. You may be eligible. So similarly, one becomes eligible to do bhakti when he serves the Vaishnavas and he serves the Vaishnavas, Guru Vaishnavas, and more than Guru is the Vaishnavas. Then he serves the Vaishnavas and the Vaishnavas become happy with this service of that devotee. Then Vaishnavas pray from the inside, let this devotee be Krishna Bhakti. This is the time when the Krishna Bhakti goes to the heart of a sadhaka. So a sense of this process is to serve the Vaishnavas. That's Bhakti Samsari Thakur used to say, the dharma of this Kali Yuga is not Harinam, is to serve Vaishnavas. So now it comes, who will give bhakti? Kanishta can't give bhakti actually. Madhyama Adhikari gives bhakti. Uttama, he feels that everyone is a devotee. They don't need bhakti. But only from the heart of a Madhyama Adhikari, when he sees that this devotee is very sincere, he wants to practice Krishna, he wants to go to Krishna. So this is the time when Madhyama Adhikari gives blessings. And because Bhakti Sanjayate Bhakti. So the Bhakti comes from the heart of the Madhyama Adhikari and it goes to the heart of the sadhakas. So in order to give bhakti to others, we first of all, that's why yesterday I was saying we need to increase our sadhana. In sadhana means the faith in the Shastras, or the knowledge of the Shastras will elevate us from the Kanishta to the Madhyama to the Uttama. So that's why we study Shastras, not just as a matter of ritual, okay. In UP, people study Ramcharitmanas or Rama in the morning because they have a ritual. It's a good ritual. People just get to know about something. But don't just study ritual, but we study it to get the knowledge so that we can understand the process of Bhakti Yoga or the Krishna consciousness, so that any atheistic person will encounter us, we can defend ourselves. Not just defend, even can give answer also. Because it is a science now. So let me repeat, if you're just for the time being, just to recap, because it's a very bit technical, it's you may forget, but I don't want you to forget. This is a very scientific thing. This you need to take it up. So I discussed like what makes anyone eligible to do bhakti. First one is this sukriti concept. So there are three types of sukriti: karmanmukhi, work type; jnananmukhi, knowledge type; and then spiritual. So sukriti, spiritual activities. So by this spiritual activities, you became inclined because of the previous life or this life, you have that spiritual account and you become eligible just to get in touch with devotees, just to get in touch with the people. So this is the first step. Now by the sadhu sangha, you will get more faith. By the sadhu sangha, your shraddha will increase, and according to this shraddha, there are three levels of people. So generally, people remain in the, if they are not like exceptional case from the previous life. So generally, people remain in the Kanishta stage. So in the Kanishta stage, there are three categories. So gradually over the time, one's bad habits following for regulatory principle, they will go away. One hearts will become purified, and one become eligible to take the bhakti. So after that, when one serves Vaishnavas, he became eligible to receive the bhakti because he got some patrata now. He got some bowl where he can keep the bhakti. Before that it was not there. So that's how one become eligible. So from the heart of the Madhyama Adhikari, Bhakti Sanjayate Bhakti. Bhakti comes from the heart of a Bhakta. Before that, my dear devotees, till the time we don't have pleased Vaishnavas in our life, we are just accumulating sukriti. By after coming and wearing dhoti kurta also, it happens in many places. We are just accumulating bhakti unmukhi sukriti. Like when I was teaching in university, and I could see like they are very upcoming new boys. So I used to feed them prashadam a lot. Because this prashadam will give them sukriti. And one day they will become eligible actually, gradually. And even we ask them to chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. This chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra is also adding their sukriti. So gradually they will become Sukritivan, and they will be interested to know about the Absolute Truth. Okay, who is Supreme Lord, why we are here. So these kind of questions will come in a sadhaka's life when one become aware, conscious, Athoto Brahma Jigyasa. He will inquire about the Absolute Truth, that why I am here, why I am on this planet. So till this point, when the Jiva don't inquire, he is just accumulating his Sukriti actually. He is just making him eligible, like, okay, what I am supposed to do in this life. That's why in our India or anywhere, we give the culture from the beginning to the children. so that they can accumulate the sukriti and they can build up something, and one day they can ask this question that why I am here, from where the jiva has come up. So now the facility is already there, culture is already there, then this will facilitate the culture, facilitate the growth of that jiva. That's how it works actually. So it's a very kind of a scientific thing which works for all of us. And in our life also, you can see like how you got the mercy of spiritual master or Vaishnavas in our life, and by touch of their Vaishnavas, we became interested in knowing this process and practicing this process. So, and gradually over the years, that's why when we study more Shastras, that was the idea of Prabhupada, like Bhakti Shyamsunder also, to give the knowledge in the terms of courses like Bhakti Shastri, Bhakti Vaibhav. This is nothing, it is just increasing the sukriti or knowledge or building them into the Madhyam Adhikaris. So, in order to spread Bhakti, we need to come to at least that platform of Madhyam Adhikari. Then we can give Bhakti to others also. And we give Bhakti on the behalf of the Parampara. We don't consider ourselves to be the Madhyam Adhikari, but we give it on the behalf of the Guru and Parampara. So there are 4 characteristics of Madhyam Adhikari and some characteristics of Uttam Adhikari. So what are the characteristics of Madhyam Adhikari, the intermediate? First characteristic is that he will make friendship with his equals. Like he can see that they are also advanced and he will like to make friendship with them. Second characteristic is he will associate with the senior Vaishnavas, from where he will also drive the nourishment. Third thing he will do is he will give mercy to the innocents. And he can see these people they are looking for something substantial. So he will be merciful and compassionate on them. And he will, fourth one is he will stay away from those who are atheistic. Or he will not argue with them. It will not be the case that, okay, he's going, just like it happens in the beginning of spiritual life, that people like to preach to the atheistic or to the totally negative people and think that they should also be devotees, they should also turn into Krishna conscious. No, Madhyam Adhikari, he will understand they are not eligible only. They are not on this path. Just like if you have ever did book distribution, so when we do book distribution, so some people say no. But internally when you hear that or someone said as no, it hurts your ego and you start arguing with him and convince him like, oh, you take this book, take this book, take this book. It is nothing. So it is just in the beginning stage. It happens like when we also become devotee, we start preaching to our parents. This is nothing. It is just like it's a gene of new conversion, and it happens into every tradition. In Islam, it is said. In Hindi, it is said like, "Man, mullah जोर से नमाज पढ़ता है." The new Islam Mohammedan, the person, he will read Quran very loudly. So namaz, sorry, not Quran, namaz means the prayers. So it happens in every tradition. So whenever there is a new person, the person will take the process, he will immediately he will think everyone should be the devotee. My parents should be devotee, my relatives should be devotee, my surroundings should be devotee, and he will try, but at the same time he will argue and he will destroy his relations, and then later on he will get this lesson that I'm not. They are not eligible because at the Kanishta stage he can't see that they are not eligible. That's why I said if you understood this science, like who is eligible to take bhakti, then only you can give bhakti to them. Nah, they are not eligible. If they are not eligible, they want to take bhakti, then increase their sukriti. Give them culture, give them prashadam, ask them to chant some rounds. So in this way they will rise, engage them into services. So keep them up to that level. But as you see, if someone is very highly sukritivan, they will nod into the class, they will be very happy. So they will be very happy in association and all. So you can see, oh, he is very sukritivan. So quickly give him the higher thing. So the Madhyamadikari, by having experience of quarreling with the people, fight relatives here and there, he can identify like after that, and then, okay, these people they don't want bhakti. These people are innocent. They are looking for something, and these people's questions will let you know that they are interested or not. So then you give them Sukriti, then you give them Bhakti, then you tell them about some pastime of Krishna, then you tell them holy name, then you tell them about Dham, and they will receive it very immediately and they will quickly take up. I had a great experience of this. When I was teaching in big university over there, so I was trying very hard, like if they can take up. But I used to go to them, or I used to send some college students to take their follow-up and ask them to chant. So one of our boys used to go to them, and these boys, they used to sit our devotee and ask them, can you solve my mathematics problems? Or can you guide me which laptop I should take? And our follow devotee used to ask him, can you chant 2 rounds? He said, I have done in the morning. So it's like he is not interested basically. Now our ego may say, I want to make him devotee. Then you will take his follow-up, this. Oh no. The purpose of making this concept understanding is that you apply your energy in the right direction. You apply your energy, prasadam, festivals and everything in right people now. And then you can identify after 3 years or 1 year, 2 years, these people will take up the process because they are ripen fruit, ripen mango. They can take up the path. Not everyone will take the path. So this is one of the qualification of Madhyamadikari, that he can distinguish between people. He can distinguish. This is the meaning of distinguish. It's not that he will discriminate like, okay, they are no. No, he knows how to respect everyone. He will respect everyone by words and minds. Like even if you see Prabhupada. So Prabhupada came from the Uttam Adhikari platform to the Madhyam Adhikari platform for preaching, but he was still Uttam Adhikari. So he uses that platform. So that's why Prabhupada was like, he used to say like, okay, they are atheistic, they are this and that. It was not the case with the Prabhupada, like he was going to the Westerners and atheistic people and making them, no. He was more interested in those people, those who are coming to him, and he was educating them. And he was engaging them into services. And he was making them a part of his mission. So that is a strategy. Similarly with the Bhakti Samsari Thakur also. Have you ever seen them like convincing them to maybe, that Prabhupada's wife, she was not devotee. And even children also, most of them were not devotees. But because of the Prabhupada mission in his life, like first I will make my wife and children devotee, then I will do this. No. He see like they are not interested, he left them also. And then went along. No. That's called, that's a discrimination. And it happens in America also, when he was meeting with new people, Brahmanand Prabhu, Shyamsunder Prabhu, and Tamar Krishna Maharaj. And in the first meeting, like Jagapataka Maharaj, Gopal Krishna Maharaj, in the first meeting only he could sense these souls have been sent by Krishna. And immediately he engaged them in big services. You do this, become GBC of India, go to China, go to Mayapur, develop it, go to Africa. How? Because they are Sukritivan. And that's how it works. The more higher you are, Krishna will send you the same kind of soul actually. Same kind of people will come to you and you can engage them directly. So that's why one's development is also required, institutional development is also required. Both are required. And your development is the institutional development also. So if we have quality devotees, then we will get the quality devotees. Otherwise, quantity devotee can come. Lot of people can come, but there will be no quality. So how the quality will increase? So we have to increase our own quality. So by understanding this Siddhanta, this philosophy, we can appreciate this process also, and we ourselves will be solidified, convinced in this process to practice go and on. Tomorrow, whatever happens in this world, about from the institute level, from the world level, World War III can happen, this can happen, government may not, but Bhakti has nothing to do with the World War, Bhakti has nothing to do with this politics, Bhakti has nothing to do with other things. So Bhakti is separate from that. It is individual, it's a science, it's a separate from that. It's independent of all these things. And this was tomorrow we will discuss how bhakti comes also in the heart more. So I gave you the answer that Madhyamadikari, from the heart of the Madhyamadikari it goes to the heart. But this is the, like, how it comes, how it doesn't come, that I will explain tomorrow. Very good. We are on time. Okay, questions or reflections. Did you understand this concept? Question or reflections. Speak for some time. What did you learn?
Okay, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Prabhuji,
Krishna.
thank you so much.
Yeah.
Prabhuji, you told about the pious activity. We are doing a lot of pious activity so that we come to the bhakti, the level of bhakti, so that we come to the contact of the Guru or then slowly. But what happened if, for example, we come by our pious activity, previous pious activity, we come to the spiritual path, we know what is the Guru, what is Krishna, what is our identity, where is your home, where you go, and what happened, why they fall down, why he leave ISKCON, and why he rejected Guru, like so many things happened, why it is happening.
Who left?
Many, they fell down.
Actually, that was the history of ISKCON for some years. Now ISKCON has become mature. So now people don't leave much. So by the end of 11th June, I will answer this question. It will come. It will come, like why this kind of things happen. So it is one of the stage in Bhakti where a sadhaka has to fight. And it is a war against anarthas. It happens. And it happens in everyone's life. So even if you have taken association of very Uttamadikari, liberated soul, still again, that's why Rupa Swami has given sadhana bhakti also. So he has to practice. He has to go on. So what happens is, I will discuss in details. This is one of the stage in anartha-vritti where one sometimes get fail. But it was never be the case with all the devotees, who left. They did not lose the faith in Prabhupada also. They had a faith in Prabhupada. They had a faith in Krishna. They may not be in this society, but somewhere they may practice on their own. Externally, yes, they struggle, and it will come to everyone. It does not come to us, but it will come to everyone. I will come to that part of also, where one will encounter attack of anarthas, flood of anarthas will come in everyone's life. Now you people may be thinking that I have overcome anarthas, but it's one of the stage in the future, in the further, when you will move ahead, you will see what is happening. You never thought of it. So this is one of the stages, and I will discuss about law of karma and bhakti. So this will also help you to understand like how this thing works. This is a good question. So you remind me tomorrow also that how one leaves the grip of bhakti. Again, the Bhagavad Gita says in 9th chapter, if someone has gone, Krishna says, api chetsu duracharo bhaste mamananyabhag sadhure samantave samya vyavastis, oh he said. That we should not see that they have done mistake. Even if you read the commentary of Chakravarti Pada on this section, like even if he has done abominable work, still we should see him sadhu. Reason being, he has not given a path of bhakti yoga, he has not taken demigod worship, he has not taken path of jnana yoga or karma yoga. He may not be in the association, but he has not lost his faith in the bhakti yoga. So that make him eligible again. Krishna says, I protect him. Because he has not still given up me. It's not that, oh, Krishna does not exist. They never said this. It may be the attack on their anartha, and they may end up doing something wrong. So they never give up the bhakti yoga. That's why we should always respect. And Krishna says, Samahatma Sudurlabha. This kind of person who respects even those devotees, those who struggled, that is rare. That is rare. So we have to become, we have to respect those souls that they have that. So in the movement, that's why Prabhupada said it's a war against Maya. So in a war, it will happen that people will get hurt. So, but they are like Abhimanyu who saved the Yudhishthira Maharaj. Otherwise the mission would not have grown so widely, so far. So it happens. So, but it's a stage also, and it's a, now one thing is how they struggled or how they suffered, how they happened. But another thing is how should we see them? So we should see them as a soldiers, brave soldiers who fought in front. Like suppose the bullets are coming in the front, so who will stand in the front? So these people were standing in the front, but somehow they got hurt also. So we should respect them. Next question. I will answer in detail also in future. Yes. Clarification question. Yeah.
You told about that Kanishka Adhikari, Madhyama Adhikari and Uttama Adhikari. I have one experience. Like if someone asks you, have you seen God?
Have you seen God?
Yeah, then my answer is yes. After marriage, can I say in Hindi? I'm comfortable in Hindi. So first time I went to Delhi after marriage. So मेरे साथ कुछ ornaments था, like nowadays आप देखेंगे तो 10 lakh की करीब होगा. So after maybe 6 months हमने जब return किया तो हमने एक ऑटो हायर किया था, उसमें सब जितना भी लगेज था सब हमने रखा था. बट जो लगेज में मेरी जो सूटकेस था, मेरे सारे ऑर्नामेंट्स जिसमें रखा था, उसको वो ड्राइवर के पास रखा. तो क्या हुआ, हम रेलवे स्टेशन में पहुंच गए. उसके बाद जो सब सामान था सब उतारा, बट जो
ड्राइवर के पास था वो भूल गए.
उसको पता था कि वो हमारा है. तो उसने पूछा कि आपने आपका सारा सामान ले गया? तो हमने कहा हाँ हमने ले गया. फिर प्रभु जी ने फिर तो वो चला गया सूटकेस के साथ. वो जाने के बाद प्रभु जी ने काउंट किया कितना था जो हमने लाया था. तो उस टाइम हमने देखा वही वाला लगेज लिए जो वो ले गया. फिर मुझे तो ऐसा लगा क्योंकि हम इतना करोड़पति नहीं है कि हमारे पास बहुत सारा है, कुछ चला गया तो कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा. तो हम ऐसे देख रहे थे, कैसे पता चला ऑटो वाला तो चला गया. तो प्रभु जी ने बोला आप चले जाओ, मैं इधर हूँ, मैं देखती हूँ पुलिस में केस करूँगा, कुछ करूँगा, फिर देखते हैं. बट मैंने ऐसे प्रे कर रही थी भगवान पास मिल जाए हमें. थोड़ी देर बाद लाइक 5 मिनट के बाद फिर वो ऑटो रिटर्न आया और वो लगेज हमें वापस कर दिया. तो प्रभु जी ने उस ऑटो वाला को गले लगाया. बट ऑटो के अंदर एक बंदा बैठा था, वो ऐसे बोलने लगा कि मैंने इसको रिटर्न लेके आया हूँ. तो ये ऐसे जा रहा था, मैंने इसको पूछा ये लगेज किसका है? तो उसने आंसर दिया कि मुझे नहीं पता ये किसका है. तो मेरे ख्याल में अगर उस टाइम भगवान है तो वो है. तो एक्चुअली गॉड इज एवरीवेयर. हमारी नज़रिया होना चाहिए वो कैसे होते हैं. तो ऐसा मैंने देखा नहीं कि जो कुछ ले गया है और आपने अब आके रिटर्न भी किया है. तो हमारे साथ ऐसा हुआ है. तो गॉड तो है और जैसे है वो हमारे आसपास है, हमारे साथ है, हमारे अंदर है. तो मेरा आंसर यस है.
So it's a one level of like what happens is these are the miracles sometimes happen in one's life when God protects us and gives us shelter. So again this it can happen that like you may have lost it also, but still you should consider that okay, Krishna wants some other things. It can happen in the future, like tomorrow you may lose something else, but it's not that Krishna will. This is the duty of Krishna to return the things that you are losing because of our irresponsibility. So no, it works differently. So our Shraddha is not, that's a very good point. Our Shraddha is not based on the miracles which happens around us. It comes in Chakravarti part also. That our Shraddha should not be based on the spiritual master also in that way that he will do some miracle. No, Guru is not supposed to be like this. Guru is supposed to build the process. That's his main job. That's the artificial way of attracting the people. To create something, to create smoke, or to give some, do mirror, create the rain. No, this is not the job of Guru. Guru is come here to give you the process to how you connect with Krishna. That's the main job. So in the beginning stage, people need some miracle happening. So, but yes, we should thank God. Like I had the same experience, like this iPad in Mayapur. I was on store of my institute VIH, and I just returned back and I saw my bag has lost. So fortunately, I had this radar in this, like it has some connection. So through the phone, I checked it where it is. So I saw that person is running. So I start running. So and I press the button where it will make start sounding, produce sound. So then the person saw that something sound is coming, so he threw. He must be some Bengali guy. He took some money out of it and threw this. Then I reached, so I found under the bushes in Mayapur, in temple campus. And I saw that in the bag, it is there, but he just took money or some part of it. But it was there. So, okay, yeah, fortunately Krishna taught me something, or I should be thankful. But it was not the case like, I lost my laptop also one time. Someone stole it. So these are the things like it's working according to Embark. You can see like Krishna does not want this thing to be with me at this time. So he's just taking it away and maybe returning back in some other form. So, but our faith on Krishna does not depend on these material assets. They may come and not go. And like Prabhupada had an industry, it got burned. All the money, manager took away. And Prabhupada thought, that's the verse came in his mind, that whenever Krishna has a special mercy, he take all the material opulence from that devotee. Wow. Who will like to have that great special mercy? But it's like this, because when we lose the thing, we can depend on Krishna about. Till the time we have bank account, security and this, that, we feel that, okay, we are safe. We don't much like genuinely or like by heart we depend on Krishna. But when we lose the things around us, then we get to realize, oh Krishna, please save me. Then you really pray. So that's the special mercy. Then you really depend on Him now. So it's like this. So this kind of exchanges are also required. So when we became grateful to the Lord, or God, I would have gone into the bad time. So thank you very much. So today we discussed about who become eligible for the Bhakti, and tomorrow we will discuss what does not produce Bhakti, and you will understand like how Bhakti is a spiritual thing. I hope you are finding it interesting or
Yes.
knowledgeable.